Hi guys, this is Mrs. Betcher. I just wanted to have this read aloud of Lawrence Downes's article for you. So I'm going to share my screen. And I'm here at Lawrence Downes's article called Source C, and I'm going to read it aloud. It's called Waiting for Crazy Horse. It's from the New York Times, September 2nd, 2009, and it was accessed from the web on December 20th, 2010. The following is excerpted from an online opinion article published in a major newspaper. Lawrence Downes writes, "The carving of this South Dakota peak into a mounted likeness of Crazy Horse, the great Sioux leader, has been going on since 1948. It's a slow job. After all this time, only his face is complete. The rest, his broad chest and flowing hair, his outstretched arm, his horse, is still encased in stone. Some day, long after you are dead, it may finally emerge." The memorial outside Rapid City is only a few miles from Mount Rushmore. Both are tributes to greatness. One is a federal monument and national icon, the other a solitary dream. A sculptor, Korczak Ziolkowski, worked at it alone for more than 30 years, roughing out the shape while acquiring a mighty beard and a large family. He died in 1982 and is buried in front of the mountain. His widow, Ruth, lives at the site and continues the mission with her many children. I have to admit, Mount Rushmore bothers me. It was bad enough that white men drove the Sioux from the hills they still hold sacred. Did they have to carve faces all over them too? It's easy to feel affection for Mount Rushmore's strange grandeur, but only if you forget where it is and how it got there. To me, it's too close to graffiti. The Crazy Horse Memorial has some of the same problems. It is most definitely an unnatural landmark. Some of the Indians I met in South Dakota voiced their own misgivings, starting with the fact that it presumes to depict a proud man who was never captured in a photograph or drawn from life. Kelly Looking Horse, a Sioux artist I talked with as he sewed a skin drum at Mount Rushmore, said there were probably better ways to help Indians than a big statue. He also grumbled that many of the crafts for sale at the memorial were made by South Americans and Navajos and sold to people who wouldn't know the differences among Indian tribes or care. Leatrice Chick Big Crow, who runs a Boys and Girls Club at the Pine Ridge Reservation, said she thought the memorial was one of those things that could go on swallowing money and effort forever. But two other Sioux artists, Charlie Sitting Bull, a weaver of intricate beadwork, and Del Ironcloud, a watercolorist, said they were grateful, at least, that the memorial gave them free space to show and sell their work. As for the loss of the Black Hills, Mr. Ironcloud told me, without rancor, that there wasn't much to be done about it now. Looking up at the mountain in the golden light of late afternoon, it was hard not to be impressed, even moved, by this effort to honor the memory of a people this country once tried mightily to erase. I came away reminded that eternity is not on our side. The nearby South Dakota Badlands, made of soft and crumbling sediment and ash, will be gone in a geological instant. The day may sooner come when most human works have worn away as well. When all is lost to rust and rot, what remains may be two enormous granite oddities in the Great Plains, 4 men's heads mysteriously huddled cheek to cheek, a forgotten album cover, and far bigger, a full-formed Indian on a horse, his eyes ablaze, his long arm pointing out over his beloved Black Hills. Thanks for listening.